Good evening, citizens. I am LT2 Moose, and this is Horseshoes and Handgrenades. The world of competitive facial hair growing suffered an embarrassing setback today when no fewer than 7 participants in this year's event were disqualified after it was revealed that they had gained their facial follicles through unnatural means. I'm really sorry. I know I'm scratching here, but it's just, you'll have to excuse me. While investigating the story, I had to be around a large quantity of hair-altering magic. The place was literally seeping with it, and I think it may have given me a rash or something. Either that or the elderly man I killed earlier this week happened to be Santa Claus and not just a guy in a suit, which is an utterly ridiculous premise, so we'll pretend that never happened. Let's just get on with the report. Twilight Sparkle, one of the ponies accused of supplying the entrance with magical supplements, stated that nowhere in the rulebook does it specifically say that magic cannot be used to augment a competitor's entry. Also, as a species, none of these entrants should be able to naturally grow a beard in the first place. Quote, "It's not scientifically possible, so I'm obviously not the only one doing it here." Miss Sparkle, who it should be said has been disqualified from this competition 4 years ago for the Star Swirl the Bearded fiasco, is technically correct. Article 14 of the ECBC prohibits artificial hair, and Article 15 denies the use of artificial styling aids such as mustache wax, hairspray, hair cream, styling foam, hair gel, hair pins, rubber bands, hair ties, flaming ducks, and the like. Now, nowhere does these rulebook specifically identify magic as a prohibited aid. However, the judges have decided that it violates the spirit of the rule, if not the letter. Spike, Snips, and Snails were the first ones eliminated from the competition, as their mustaches were most obviously fake. None of them had yet hit puberty, and Spike, being a dragon, lacks the requisite skin cells to produce hair. Also, Snips and Snails' mustache were given to them as part of a public humiliation for releasing an Ursa Minor upon the town of Ponyville. Local sea serpent Stephen Magnet was also disqualified. His was an inspiring story since he, like Spike, is a type of dragon and should therefore be unable to grow facial hair. However, through what he called fabulosity, he was able to grow a mustache through sheer force of will. It was not until the final round that it was discovered, upon closer inspection, that half of his mustache was actually composed of ponytail. While he argued that it was a transplant, and therefore a medical necessity, officials disagreed and ruled against him. He was, however, awarded a consolation prize in the form of a wood chipper. In a shocking turn of events, fan favorite Gustave Legrand was disqualified as well. Early in the competition, he was thought to have been a shoo-in for the finals. Pinkie Pie had even complimented him at great length the night before. However, it turned out that Pinkie Pie's praise was so potent that admirers snuck into his room that very night and shaved off parts of his mustache to keep as souvenirs. The one he wore to the event had been donated to him piece by piece from other competitors out of compassion. While the judges felt it was a heartwarming testament to the spirit of sportsmanship, it was clearly held together by glue, which is considered a type of hair gel and therefore ineligible. Rainbow Dash, in a vain attempt to add yet another trophy to her collection, tried to pass off her own molted feathers hastily pasted onto her snout as an entry. She claims that she just enjoys winning, and that the judges would have been too distracted anyway by all the other disqualifications to have noticed. In fact, her scheme may have actually worked if her feathers hadn't fallen off of her face mid-judgment. No matter how exhausted the judges were, they were not about to accept the excuse of sudden onset Pegasus pattern baldness. No one was quite sure if Granny Smith had entered the competition wearing her beard of bees, or if she had simply wandered into the arena during Zap Apple season. Either way, judges decided that it straddled the line between artificial, as described by the rules, and disqualified her. Upon hearing this, Granny proclaimed, "It's the seventh son!" before lapsing into slumber. This left the last competitor, a Mr. Uncle Apple Strudel, as the winner by default. In his acceptance speech, he thanked the audience by saying,